The only halfway interesting thing they do is throw a big dinner party once a year where they pat themselves on the back and rub shoulders with movie stars.
Of course, that is the fictional journalist Zoe Barnes from Netflix political drama hit series House of Cards, lamenting over Washington's version of the Academy Awards, which is underway right now. But as fiction mirrors reality, tonight is already showing some of the hottest celebrities making their way to the big event, including Veep's Timothy Simons, who was just accosted a short time ago by some of the stars from House of Cards. Take a look.
The dumbest thing a politician... You know, guys, I'm trying to be press here. You guys, I'm doing something very important.
You already had a...
You guys... Yeah, okay, guys, great. Thank you. Very important stuff, thank you. Just some fans from the neighborhood. Just neighborhood DC kids.
Just some fans. Let's talk about the close relationship between Hollywood and Washington with my guests. Let's go to you, Patrick, Gavin, because you did a documentary all about this. Where does this fascination with Washington come from in terms of all the celebrities that are like, I mean, it's a tough ticket to get. Is it because there are all these shows now that are doing so well, Scandal, House of Cards, etc., or are those shows because celebrities have always been interested in Washington?
I mean, part of the reason that celebrities are here is, I mean, two reasons. One, I think they actually do enjoy going out to dinner with the president. Some of them do actually play a role in public policy.
2,600 other people.
Yeah. They probably think they're closer than they are. You know, but what's funny about all these TV shows like Scandal or Veep or House of Cards is, you know, people in Washington could be very flattered by that. Be like, oh, look at all these great shows on TV. But you look at all of them, they portrayed Washington, D.C. horribly. I mean, you know, in House of Cards, you have politicians killing people. I mean, Veep, I don't think we ever want a vice president like that vice president. I mean, maybe that funny, but not that dysfunctional.
Right. We almost have one like that right
and
now.
To me, it sort of shows, you know, I mean, think about like 15 years ago, it was West Wing, right? Which viewed Washington, I think, in very laudable terms. But now, these shows show us how the rest of the country views us. And it's really, I mean, they're all funny, entertaining shows. But if it is at all reflective of the way Americans view us, that's really bad.
There hasn't been a West Wing since West Wing really portrayed it in such a positive light.
Let me tell you, the one thing I'll say about those shows that I think people spark to is that they have characters that are somewhat redeeming. But a lot of political figures we have these days are as craven. Like, you couldn't write some of the things in the show that they actually say. You couldn't write it.
Wait, you think real Washington's crazier than House of Cards Washington?
I think Michelle Bachmann and some of the things she's I could pretend as if I wrote that and some of the things she says wouldn't even make television because people would think it was so absurd. But I think that at least they have a redemptive quality. When you're talking about West Wing, there was a stakes to it. There was. I think we wanted to be better than we actually were.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to.
What was it? Was The American President?
Yeah.
Michael Douglas, right.
Well,
but I don't know that you see that same.
Yeah, I think there's a certain intrigue about Washington, D.C. because people are fascinated, like, can this possibly be this dysfunctional? And then people, you know, they try to make fun of it, which is why I absolutely love Veep. The writing is fantastic. Armando Iannucci is one of my favorite writers and producers anyway, but they nail it. For people like us who are inside the Beltway folks who spent years, I spent 20 years in Washington, you know, I can watch an episode of Veep 5 times and hear another line about, you know, it's like inside the Beltway speak, but they're making fun of what goes on there, but a lot of it is actually pretty close to how things go, which is what makes it so fascinating and really, really good. And with House of Cards, you know, it's like the same thing with people being fascinated with the mafia. You know, why do you know, people are The Godfather and all, you know, Goodfellas and, you know, the mafia, they're a bunch of murderous sociopaths, but there's a certain intrigue about the mafia. It's the same thing, I think, with Washington, D.C. People just want a glimpse inside of it, whether they think it's real or not. They feel as though they have a glimpse inside something that they may never experience.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to talk more about it. We have to get a break in because this dinner is about to start. We are seeing live pictures. Take a look. People are gathering around their tables at those seats they fought so hard to get. The dinner is about to start. The best of the red carpet still to come. Stay with us.